Bueno, pues buenos días a todos y gracias por asistir a este nuevo webinar de, en este caso, soluciones de 4G y 5G y cómo ayudan al mercado de los transportes y su desarrollo. Tenemos gente un poco de todos los idiomas, así que haremos un mix español-inglés para que todo el mundo esté informado. Thank you very much for assist to this new webinar. In this time, we are going to talk about the 4G and 5G solutions focus on the transportation market. And so there is a mix of people from different countries, so we are going to try to speak in English and also in Spanish. Bien, bueno, pues nada, sin más preámbulos, vamos a empezar el webinar. En la agenda de hoy, pues tenemos un poco una introducción de quién es S-Connect y quién es el grupo Sphinx. Quién es INHAND Networks, que es nuestro partner de hoy, un partner con el que trabajamos muy estrechamente en soluciones de conectividad. Vamos a hablar de las soluciones de 4G y 5G en el mercado de los transportes o en las soluciones de transporte vehiculares y veremos algunas historias y algunos casos de éxito de este tipo de soluciones. Luego terminaremos con algunas preguntas y respuestas. Okay, so first of all, the agenda of today, we're going to talk about the companies, Sphinx, and also about INHAND Networks, the partner that is with us today. We're going to talk about the different solutions in 4G and 5G for the transportation market. And finally, we are going to talk about some case studies, successful stories where the INHAND Network solutions were integrated on different transportation solutions. And finally, some questions. Bueno, pues el grupo Sphinx, en este caso S-Connect, somos la empresa española, pero somos una empresa de carácter europeo. Tenemos 18 oficinas repartidas por toda Europa, con más de 200 empleados. Somos un distribuidor de hardware industrial y no solo eso, sino que también hacemos una fase de preventa y de postventa, lógica, con todo lo que distribuimos y las diferentes marcas. The Sphinx Group is a pan-European distributor with more than 30 years of experience, more than 200 employees, and about 18 offices around Europe. So we are focused on distribution of devices, but also we do the pre-sales and the post-sales actions. Contamos con más de 20 fabricantes que representamos en diferentes verticales que veremos a continuación. Hoy vamos a estar con INHAND Networks. Para los que no los conozcan, pues es una compañía, una empresa china. Y bueno, dentro de todos estos fabricantes tenemos soluciones variopintas. Al final nos conocéis por muchas de ellas, tal vez otras no las conocéis, pero bueno, tocamos muchos verticales, ¿vale? Y ofrecemos un servicio completamente 24/7 para poder distribuir todo este tipo de material en el tiempo adecuado. Okay, we are representing more than 20 manufacturers in industrial solutions. All of them is quality solutions. Today we have INHAND Networks, it's a Chinese company based in China, but achieved to every country in the world. Okay, so it's a really nice partner for us in the connectivity side. Nuestros verticales, pues nos enfocamos principalmente en la adquisición de datos a través de todo lo que son pues, equipos de fanless PCs, embedded PC y todo lo que son soluciones para adquisición de esos datos en campo. Luego tenemos soluciones de comunicaciones con todo tipo de switches, con el Industrial Ethernet, que es nuestra vertical, en donde podemos adquirir esos datos y transmitirlos, ¿no? a donde sea necesario. Luego tenemos una vertical que sería la parte de conectividad wireless e IoT, que al final son soluciones en diferentes tecnologías, como celular, como LoRaWAN, como el ETM y ese tipo de tecnologías y soluciones que nos ayudan a llevar esos datos, principalmente, y en estos días que corren, pues a la nube, generalmente, ¿no? También tenemos un vertical de soluciones de KVM y vídeo, con extensiones también de USB, para pequeñas necesidades en vuestras integraciones. Y finalmente una vertical relativamente nueva, que es la de ciberseguridad, que cada vez está adquiriendo más importancia y donde nuestro principal foco es securizar, ¿no? Las diferentes capas, la que sería la OT y la IT, para que de esa forma esté completamente seguro las comunicaciones y cualquier tipo de tráfico de datos. Okay, mainly we have 5 business units. We have the Industrial Ethernet to communicate all the data. We have the finance PC business unit, where how in this unit we acquire all the data from the edge. We also have the wireless and IoT solutions, where we use the technologies to communicate this data to the cloud, basically. Nowadays is the most common architecture. Also, we have some devices like KVM solutions and USB extenders for some applications and integrations. And finally, the last business unit is the cybersecurity unit, where we try to secure the OT and the IT parts with different on several devices to securize this type of communication between the fields. No solo somos distribuidores de hardware industrial, también tenemos otro tipo de servicios, como en este caso es el IoT VPN, el securizar, lo que hablábamos, ¿no? Los datos desde el campo hasta las oficinas o la nube a través de túneles VPN. Es un servicio que ofrecemos y que estamos a disposición. Cualquier duda que tengáis al respecto, pues no dejéis de comentarnos. We are not only distributors, we also have different services. One of them is the IoT VPN service, and we use it to securize the data from the edge to the cloud. And of course, if you have any doubt or any request, you could ask us about that. Otros servicios que prestamos, pues todo lo que es el training, ¿no? Los cursos de formación para tecnologías específicas, también todo lo que es la consultoría para vuestros proyectos, dudas que tengáis respecto a cómo poder integrar o cómo poder desarrollar un proyecto concreto. Y también, lógicamente, el soporte técnico muy importante para cualquier tipo de duda a la hora de poner en marcha los equipos e incidencias que puedan surgir en campo. Of course, we also have all the training part, the technical support, which is really important for all the integrators to have this support for any doubt. And finally, the consulting for your projects and your needs. Okay. Vamos a hablar ahora un poco de INHAND. Para los que no nos conozcan, pues INHAND Networks, como he comentado, es una empresa con base en China. Se creó en el año 2001 y ahora mismo está listado en el SS Stock Market. Para que nos hagamos una idea, es como el Nasdaq, pero en China. Está considerado una de las empresas más importantes de tecnología en este país. Y ahora mismo ocupa el top 10 de vendedor de dispositivos IoT, enviando aproximadamente más de 500.000 equipos al año, lo cual es un volumen bastante importante. So INHAND Networks, our partner, is founded in 2001, and right now is listed on the SSE Star Market, which is compared with the Nasdaq in China. So that means it's a really important company in the telecommunications services and manufacturing. Right now it's in the top 10 of IoT devices vendors, and is shipping more than 500,000 devices per year, which is a really huge amount of devices worldwide. Okay. And now is the turn of our colleague Luis from INHAND Networks, is the sales manager, and he's going to talk about different solutions with the devices, with INHAND devices. Ahora le cedo la palabra a Luis, es el compañero de INHAND Networks, es el responsable de ventas y nos va a hablar un poco de soluciones con dispositivos de INHAND. Luis, all yours.
Okay. Hola, everyone. So, sorry, I cannot do bilingual. I can only do in English. Thank you, Pablo, for the introduction. So from INHAND side, here you can see the overview of the service and solutions we offer. In the past, we mainly offer hardware solutions in European markets, but right now we are going to focus more on the vertical solutions. So, but today, we're going to show you the solutions we would offer for transportation connectivities. And along the introduction of the products, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your question in the Q&A session. There's a button at the bottom of the screen, so you can type your question there. We'll try to answer. Okay. When we talk about transport connectivity, normally there's applications like passenger infotainment, ticketing, vehicle diagnostics, fleet management. And most of the cases, they would require high-speed cellular connectivities, 4G and 5G. And one of the most common application we had in the past is ticketing systems. So this is quite a simple setup. Ticketing is supposed to be fast and simple and reliable, of course. So in our setup, we would use our industrial routers, the IR300. It will be connected to the ticket validator on the buses, and then get the payments data through the validator, then transmit the data to central platform. And of course, it will be highly secured. So with our router, it can set up VPN tunnels to ensure the security. It's not only on the buses. Sometimes the customers would also install such a router in the bus stations where they can connect to all the ticketing vending machines and transmit also the payments data. So here we present this our IR300 series. We call it our entry-level router. It's industrial grade. As you can see from the overview of the product, this is a very compact unit, and I also have one real unit on my hand. I'm not sure if you can see from the video. This is about the size, very compact. And it gives you the options of fast LTE network, 4G, Wi-Fi connectivity. And as you can see, there is different types of interfaces. There is Ethernet ports, there is a serial ports, I/O, dual SIM. And yes, this one came from industrial backgrounds, but it is now E-Mark certified. So we believe this is either ideal and cost-efficient solution for projects like ticketing, CCTV, and passenger infotainment. And this device can be easily managed by our free cloud management platform. So that is, I would say, value-added service, which is free for our customers. Also, CCTV is another common use cases for the IR300 routers. With IR305, there are up to 5 Ethernet ports. It will allow the users to connect to enough IP cameras on board, as well as DVR. And with the help of 4G high-speed network, it will smoothly upload the video data to central platform. Other than those, I would say, simple applications, there's more complicated ones. Let's say vehicle diagnostics. For most of the bus companies, the buses are running long hours on roads in the fields, and normally it would require constant monitoring by the operational team, so they could see remotely the conditions of the vehicle in case there's any accidents, technical issues. And they can, with the help of the vehicle diagnostics, they will try to reduce the operational costs and the downtime. So with our vehicle gateway, it does not only offer the fast real-time connectivity, but it also has all the interfaces to connect to the vehicle itself. For example, here, the vehicle gateway connects to the vehicle OBD interface. And with the powerful hardware, it can do edge computing, and it will be able to offer the fast response and notifications in case there is any potential risks and hazards. And from the back end, the operator can easily see the location of the vehicle, the status such as speed, engine temperature, things like this on the dashboard. So it will be much easier for the operator to manage or monitor the bus fleet. Here we present our high-performance vehicle networking solution. We call it VG710. So it's different than the entry-level routers. This one is a more advanced solution, as you can see from the picture. A lot of interfaces. With VG710, it will give you the option of high-speed 4G or 5G connectivity. also with gigabits Wi-Fi network. It supports the GNSS system and with inertial navigation. With all interfaces, it supports the communication with CAN bus, I/O, and one wire. And the powerful hardware would allow the users to do realize the edge computing capabilities. And also, the users sometimes they develop their own application using Python program, or they run their own application with the help of Docker container on this device. So this is a much, I would say, open or flexible solution. And the VG710 is easily implemented with the mainstream cloud services such as Azure IoT, AWS, and we would lovely to work with the customers. We'll offer APIs so they can implement the third-party clouds as well. This one can come up with a high IP64 protection rating. Also, we invested a lot to get all the certifications required by the transportation markets in Europe. As you can see from the bottom side, recently we got certified with IT4PT. These standards can bring this device to an even higher standards. We believe that VG710 is the ideal solution for projects like fleet management, vehicle diagnostics, and passenger information display. Here is another solution we offer. We call it all-in-one vehicle gateway. I would say this is an even more advanced solution than the VG710 we just showed you. On the functionality-wise and also the software sides, this one is quite similar with VG710, but the major difference is the form of the connectors. So for Ethernet ports, it comes with the form of M12. For the antennas, it comes with the form of background. So with the special type of the connectors, this is the ideal solution for the harsh environments. We have two submodels of the VG814. This one I'm showing you is the road version, it's for the vehicles. And another submodel of VG814 is the rail version. So this one is the ideal solution for railways, subways, and trams. The major difference is also the form of connectors. Ethernet ports is M12, and for the antennas connectors, the form is TNC type. So you might ask why we develop such, for similar solutions. The answer is, with the transportation projects, the customers normally they will have high standards. And they have different types of certifications that they would require. So with VG814, with the special form of connectors, this will meet certain type of requirements by the end users. And another kind of quick summary is VG710 is ideal for existing vehicles, and VG814 sometimes most of the time we would work with directly or implement this solution on the vehicle or truck, tram manufacturers to put it on boards before it go out of the production. So here I want to share with you some other typical applications. Here is passenger information system. On this setup, you can consider our VG710 play as a hub on board. So it can connect to a onboard computer where it controls the onboard display system, the screens, and also customers can develop their own applications for customized functions on boards. So the VG710 as a hub does not only offer the fast connectivity for display, it can also connect to the vehicle itself and can monitor the status, the conditions of the vehicle. So that's why we call it a hub, and it can have multiple functions, and we call it the all-in-one solution. Another interesting solution, and we have deployed in the past, is the passenger Wi-Fi. you know, in the long time traveling, the passengers always demand to access to Wi-Fi service. And with the help of VG710, it can also be the Wi-Fi access points on board. The operators, they can develop their own kind of login page using VG710. So whenever the passengers, they want to log into the Wi-Fi service, they need to register using their names and the personal information, like to get verified. And it's not only for the passengers. I would say sometimes it's also the Wi-Fi access point for the drivers, to the operators. You know, they have some certain types of tablets or control panels. They can also access using the Wi-Fi network to connect to the central operational platform. And then last but not least, this solution I want to show you is the vehicle tracker VT310. This is a very, I would say, simple product, but ruggedized. It comes with a 4G network, GNSS inertial sensors, and also it can connect to the vehicle to read CAN bus, I/O, and one wire. We could also work with the customers to make it access to the third-party platforms such as Wireline Portal. This one is built for harsh environments, so IP67 protection rating with a built-in battery. We have deployed this device in projects like rental cars, agricultural machines, mining machines, and I think this is a very cost-effective solutions for fleet management. That's everything, every product I showed you today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the Q&A session. I'll hand over back to Pablo, so he can go ahead and share more success stories with our solutions.
Ok, thank you very much, Luis. Muchas gracias, Luis. Y efectivamente vamos a continuar con algunos casos de éxito, casos reales donde se han introducido y son integrados los productos de INHAND. So we are going to see some success stories with different integrations of the INHAND Network solutions. The first of all is this one from Sweden. It's the True North company. They were looking for a multi-channel communications and remote management of the fleet. La primera caso de éxito que tenemos es una compañía de Suecia. Nuestros compañeros de Sphinx en ese país desarrollaron esta solución para los autobuses, en los cuales básicamente pues querían un control tanto del autobús, todo lo que es la parte de conducción, todas las unidades de control, la parte del CCTV y lógicamente pues un conteo de pasajeros en este caso. También pueden controlar remotamente el sistema de calefacción, ¿vale? Entonces tienen un control completo sobre los autobuses y lógicamente todo esto lo envían a la nube para luego tener una plataforma desarrollada por ellos en este caso y poder gestionar todos esos datos que van adquiriendo. So in this successful story, this company is a Sweden company of buses. So they want to monitor of the data from the bus. Right now they have all the driving awareness panel. They are controlling the control unit and also the CCTV system and a passenger counter system. Also they are controlling remotely the heating system, which is really interesting. And finally, they get all this data and put it in the cloud with their own platform. They develop their own platform to see all this data and make any decision. Otro caso de éxito que tenemos aquí es con la compañía MRF canadiense. En este caso hablamos de camiones de bomberos y querían controlar su flota de 50 vehículos con diferentes peculiaridades. En este caso querían saber con las entradas cómo estaban en el estado de las luces de emergencia, si estaban activas o no, y la sirena. También querían proveer de conexión Wi-Fi al camión para poder tener conectividad en la tableta a la cual llegan las instrucciones de todo lo que son trazados o avisos que les van llegando. Y lógicamente tener controlada la flota a través del posicionamiento GNSS. So in this case, This is a fire truck fleet. They have 15 trucks they want to monitor in Canada, and they are getting information about the emergency lights and the siren, if they are working or not. Also, they are giving Wi-Fi connection to the truck and even to the tablet, where they get all the information about the emergencies. And finally, they control the positioning of the truck with the GNSS localization tracking. So it's another success story where the VG710 in this case was the device they choose. Otro caso de uso bastante, bueno, que en estos días ya estamos escuchando bastante, que es el famoso coche autónomo, autobús autónomo o algo autónomo, en donde sí que se necesita un buen potencial de un dispositivo capaz de recoger muchísimos datos de campo para luego transmitir a una buena velocidad y con un buen ancho de banda a la nube. En este caso ya estamos utilizando un dispositivo 5G y en este caso se hizo un desarrollo sobre 4G en un principio. Al final, el cliente final, el fabricante de los autobuses autónomos, necesitaba más ancho de banda, necesitaba más capacidad de desarrollo en el gateway y contactó con INHAND y finalmente a través del VG814 le dieron esa capacidad de velocidad de transmisión y de procesamiento en campo a través del edge computing. So in this story, we have an autonomous robotaxis and an autonomous bus. So nowadays, it's a really interesting integration. This customer started with a 4G network, but finally, the requirements of the data and the edge computing needs, finally, they contact with INHAND Networks, and with this device, the VG814, they achieve the needs of their a big bandwidth to transport all the data to the cloud and of course have this edge computing capability in the field. So it's a really interesting story where the INHAND Networks device worked really nice. Bueno, otro caso crítico también, que son las ambulancias, pues en este caso también a través del modelo VG710 están monitorizando casi cualquier cosa de la ambulancia, ¿no? Desde las temperaturas, humedades, capacidades de oxígenos, la presión, de todos los equipos que tienen allí en la propia ambulancia, la propia localización de la misma, el darle conectividad a todos los elementos que pueda haber, incluso el poder tener en tiempo real una conexión con el hospital para poder atender y poder tener soporte del hospital sobre cómo atender a los posibles heridos o pacientes, incluso la lectura de los RFIDs de los diferentes dispositivos que tengan instalados en la ambulancia. En definitiva, puedes estar monitorizando la ambulancia casi al 100%. So in this story, we have an ambulance where they are collecting of the ambient data and they are ensuring the proper environments for rescue. Of course, they are monitoring in real time what's happening. And also we have the capability to connect by the 5G network to the hospital and maybe to have a real-time video connection. And at the end, they could do many options to be connected with the hospital and of course have all the ambulance monitored. And of course the GNSS localization tracking. Y finalmente, pues un caso de uso del VT310, que es el último dispositivo que nos ha explicado Luis, y que en este caso, pues hablamos de camiones de refrigerados, donde sí que es crítico, sobre todo ya sabemos por temas de seguros, etcétera, que todo esté en perfecto estado, que se esté monitorizando y que puedas incluso demostrar en el tiempo que la temperatura ha sido adecuada, ¿vale? En este tema, cualquiera que sepa de logística sabe que los seguros están muy encima de estos temas y esta es una muy buena solución para poder salvar esas situaciones, ¿no? Recoger los datos de temperatura, el sensor de la puerta si se abrió, cuánto tiempo estuvo abierta, tema de sensores de aceite, refrigeradores, bueno, en definitiva un poco todo lo que puedas a través de las diferentes entradas que tiene el dispositivo. Y lógicamente al final le enviamos todo por diferente protocolo, ya sea MQTT, HTTPS, a la nube, ¿vale? A través de la conectividad 4G. Okay, in this success story, we are talking about refrigeration trucks, where it's really important to keep the temperature in the same level, because the assurance companies, they are always focused on this data, and it's really important to keep the goods in the right temperature. So with this device, the last one that Luis explained us, we can get many data in different ways, and with this data, we could send it to the cloud in the MQTT protocol or HTTP protocol, which is really easy to integrate. Really nice device and really cost-effective solution to get many data from the different vehicles. Now it's turn for Luis to give a little bit resume. Luis, I'm going to give you again the control.
Okay. So as a summary, here is the overview of the products we talked about. The two high-end gateways with 5G network, VG814, VG710. The tracker, Pablo just shared the success story, VT310. The routers, IR305, IR302, but I think IR305 is a more better fit to transportation due to the more number of Ethernet ports. And what we didn't mention is the switches. We have managed, unmanaged switches, and we also have switches with M12 ports and with PoE functions. So we have deployed some switches for transportation connectivity as well, but it's not cellular connectivity, but just in case you don't know. Okay, I think that's everything we want to share with you today. And if any questions, I think there's already one we answered in the Q&A box. And if you have other questions, feel free to share with us.
Okay, thank you, Luis. If anyone have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the chat. Si alguien tiene alguna pregunta, no dudéis en preguntar en el chat. Creo que ya hubo alguna. Alguien ha preguntado que si el G710 existen en plataformas telemáticas, se puede conectar a cámaras IP en board. Vale. Bueno, la respuesta que ha dado Luis es que sí, que se puede ofrecer una Flex API para trabajar con las plataformas y que los modelos tienen una tarjeta SD, ¿vale? Con una capacidad de hasta 128 gigas. En definitiva, INHAND es un fabricante muy flexible y cualquier necesidad que tengáis un tanto especial de desarrollos, de firmwares, seguro que están encantados de ayudar porque son muy rápidos y muy flexibles. I don't know if there is any other question. At the moment, no. Here's another question, Luis. Is there a recording available for this kind of gateways?
I think he's asking if there's any recording for the webinar video. I think yes, right? Celine will share the recorded video.
Okay. Okay, any other doubt or question? Is the moment. Luis is here. Anyway, you have our mails here in the screen. For any doubt, you could write to me or Luis, doesn't matter. And we will try to help you in your future projects. And if you have any request or any special request for your transportation projects, don't hesitate to contact us. So, Luis, we could do it finished. So thank you very much for your assistance. In the next webinar, we will talk about any other products or many other solutions that INHAND Networks have right now on the field. Okay. Thank you very much for your assistance. Gracias a todos por la asistencia. Nos vemos en el próximo webinar y espero que hayáis aprendido y os haya gustado el contenido. Muchas gracias por asistir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.